you're an artist or a producer, these are 2 vocal automation effects that you can do on your tracks. All right, so demo project we're gonna be using is Follow Suit, which I just dropped on all platforms. Run that bitch up. So the first technique is a vocal throw or delay throw. You're gonna hit A on your keyboard or bring up your automation. This is for Logic. And then this is gonna be generally the same concept across all DAWs. But throw a bus with a delay on there. I got kilohertz delay at a 1/4, I think. Yeah. And about 50% feedback and full mix, and it's also bouncing. And in this case, it's a separate delay. I also have a timeless delay on here that's across the whole vocal, kind of more static. But this one's just for the throws. So after you bring up your automation page, you're gonna go to main, you're gonna find that send, and then you're gonna hit absolute to be able to automate the mix on there. So then you wanna draw where you want your throws to be. So I got mine kind of capturing the last word. Doesn't have to be full mix. You could do any settings you really want. All right, so here's the soloed vocal with the automation turned off. Smoke in the air, diamonds and smile, chocolate. Right, so there's a lot of space in between. Doesn't sound bad by any means, but I just kind of wanted to subtly fill that space. So let's turn those sends on. Smoke in the air, diamonds and smile, chocolate. Right, so it gives it like a lot more just character in that vocal. So if we unsolo it, ended up sounding pretty fire. This one's a little bit more moving parts. So you're gonna want to I used a Transgate from Kilohertz as well on my main vocal chain, not as a bus, because I wanted to be able to automate the resolution and the mix. So I made an automation, which you can do from here, has your plugins listed, and you can automate each of these options here. So I automated the mix and the resolution. I did do swing, but I didn't end up keeping it. Mix is going to 0 to 100, so gradually getting bigger and bigger. And then this is also fading out, just to keep that in mind. So we have the resolution starting at 1/8, culminating at 1/64, and then going back to 1/8. Bit of a stylistic preference, you don't have to do that, but I think it gives it a little bit more dynamic range. So let's hear what that sounds like. So it came out pretty good, and I wanted it to blend in since this first line of the hook does kind of overlap, so I just wanted to keep it. That's it, pretty straightforward, super useful. Sonically, you can just achieve so many different things, so.